Does 90s nostalgia make for a great NFT trade and collection? Or is it just a pipe dream for millennials like myself who grew up watching these iconic cartoons? I'm talking about Nickelodeon's Rugrats and Hey Arnold. This is going to be a trade recap of Nickelodeon's NFT collection that just recently dropped, which was powered by Recur. I'll cover the profitability and we'll talk about how I handled this trade and what I would have done differently at the very end. That said, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Investing in crypto or NFTs is risky. This Nickelodeon drop had 10,000 NFTs and was basically a PFP profile pic collection. Started on July 18th with whitelisted Recur pass holders, and if you had a certain pass with certain attributes, you were lucky and you got whitelisted randomly. There was also an early sale for the rest of Recur pass holders like myself, and so there was plenty of time to buy 2 packs, which was the limit. 1 pack equals 1 NFT, so it's basically like you're buying an NFT. Roughly half the supply was available for whitelist and early access for Recur pass holders, so I picked up 2 during early access, and then I wanted to pick up 2 more during public. I submitted my order right at the second public access opened and was available, but I unfortunately waited till the very end and then my transaction failed and I didn't get any of my NFTs. And this was similar to what we were experiencing within MVHQ, the alpha group that I'm in. A lot of us who submitted our transactions didn't get through, with a select few getting their transactions submitted and passed and getting their collections, but this was early within public access. So it looks like this was an immediate sellout, even though it didn't sell out by the numbers. It looked like the system was taking time to properly approve these transactions. This is sad because I wanted 2 more NFTs because low cost of $50 each. I thought that it would be break even, or at worst I'd be down maybe $75. But I thought the upside was higher since Nickelodeon is a big brand. The other piece that's important with this NFT drop is it accepted credit cards. Great, because I love collecting credit card points, but I also think it's great for onboarding newer people, normies, into collecting NFTs like we've seen with Top Shot and Vivi. Rugrats and Hey Arnold IP also has emotional value. Or I could just be old and a boomer and think that all these younger traders could care less, but I was willing to take that risk. The nice thing about this drop, there was an option to withdraw these NFTs from the Recur Nickelodeon platform to an ETH-based wallet like MetaMask, and then you could sell it on things like OpenSea or LooksRare. To my surprise, after the collection sold out, the floor price of the NFTs hit 150, which was already a 3x. I thought at most that it might be a 2x. I wasn't expecting this to happen, especially because a lot of the mints recently have been failing. Not bad at all. Another nice little feature Recur built was the ability to sell unopened packs. Because NFT traders are degenerate gamblers at heart, holding these types of unopened NFTs where you need to burn or you need to open a pack have been great plays in the past if the project does well. One project in recent memory was with Nike's Artifact Clone X vial, which was an absolute cook. These vials went at a steep price of 2 ETH at the time, but at the height, because a lot of the rares were selling for multipliers, these vials were worth up to 35 ETH. Big question for me was, do I open these unopened packs or take the guaranteed premium, which was the difference between $150 to $200 when I was considering it at the time. But again, one of the things you always think about is risk to reward. I sacrificed $50 in profit for the upside potential of hitting a slime score of 5 or 10. 2% chance, but the prices were plus 1,000 for at least a slime 5. So you're probably asking yourself, what is a slime score? Recur did us another solid and took out the guesswork by assigning each NFT a rarity score called the slime score. Normally you'd have to pay for expensive tools, you'd have to have an NFT, you'd have to be able to have these software figure it out, but it was nice that Recur did this for you automatically. One were common, which is 0 to 15th percentile, 2 is at the 15th percentile, 3 is the 90th, 4 is the 95th, 5th is 98th, and 10th slime score was at the 100th percentile. So basically 5 slime score, 2% chance of getting. 100th slime score is less than a 1% chance of getting since it's at the 100th percentile. But there's more. There's a unique utility with these NFTs. You can opt to burn your NFT and receive the same amount of slime. You would burn it and then you would get a slime NFT. And if you get 10 slime NFTs, you can redeem it for a special second mashup collection, which is basically a combination of 2 different characters from this release. So one from Rugrats, one from Hey Arnold. They mash it up and create a new character that was basically the love child of those 2 characters together. There's only 500 mashup NFTs available, and this is going to be available on July 6th. So when I was looking at the odds, I had basically a 10% chance to get a slime 3 or higher. I hadn't minted or revealed an NFT in a very, very long time, so I went for it. I decided to open 1 pack and then make a decision afterwards. Luckily, I pulled a slime 5 NFT, which was Lil from Rugrats. Not my favorite character, but I'll take it. So since I already made my money and more, I just went and opened the second pack. If I pulled a common, I probably would have just held the other one and just sold it unrevealed. But luckily I did, so what is the harm in trying to open up another one? The second one, I received Gerald from Hey Arnold, which is Arnold's best friend, but it had a slime score of 2, so it's common and it was barely above the floor, but I'll take it. It wasn't a slime score of 1, and the floor price at that time was about 150. So I waited a bit. I didn't know how to play this. I didn't know if there was gonna be nostalgia, if there was actually gonna be hype, or if I needed to hold this for a longer period of time. Prices started to drop, which normally happens, but in bear markets, it happens faster. Panic settles, and then short-term traders start to sell their NFTs. So at that time, I saw everything starting to drop. So I sold my Gerald for about $138, which was the floor price at that time, to recoup at least my initial investment and then still ride the profit of my rare slime. Normally, I'm a major paper-handed trader because of what we are trading in. NFTs are high risk. I decided to wait since I could burn my NFT and go for a mashup in the future. Some people took advantage of the ability to move these NFTs off of the Nickelodeon marketplace and withdrew it to their Web3 wallets. So the price dropped for those who withdrew it, and the marketplace was showing a little bit higher price. I just waited. I wanted to see how this would play it out. I was already in profit, recouping my initial cost and having a little bit on top of that. So I was willing to wait. I checked again at night on the Nickelodeon marketplace. The floor rose to $600. What I should have done was sell. Because I still wasn't sure of how to play this, I decided to wait, which is usually the worst play because 90% of the projects during the initial release and hype the project has, within the day, usually within a couple hours, the price will be lower. So you sell into the initial hype, and if you like the project, you buy in later. That's usually the play. Looking at the NFT Nerds chart, you can see the initial hype was the strongest within the hour, and then it starts to level and then go lower and then start to stabilize at certain prices lower. Next drop, I'll sell within the hour or once volume starts to die down and then buy back in with the profits. Currently, the floor is still holding a great price at $219, which is still a nice 4x from the cost. My rare 5 slime is around $700 at the time of this recording, which is a great 14x return if I sold right now. If I sold right now. But here are my thoughts. We have an upcoming price catalyst. A catalyst is just something that could potentially move the price of a collection higher or potentially lower that you want to have a tactical trade with. This is how I think as a short-term trader. Sometimes it doesn't pan out, so that is a warning, but here are my thoughts on what I'm going to be doing. Since we have a upcoming price catalyst coming up with the release of the slime and the mashup NFTs, I believe there will be people burning their NFTs for slime to get one of the rare 500 collection mashups. Not only is this the Nickelodeon NFT collection, but this is going to be the first rare NFT mashup collection. So part of me feels like that is going to play some type of significance with traders wanting to trade that. And then 500 is a unique low supply that there are going to be people who have an emotional attachment to some of those NFTs. And at the very least, there'll be short-term buying pressure, and I can sell into that. So with this said, I'm going to be monitoring all the different groups I'm part of to get a feel of the sentiment and what people are planning to do. So I'll be holding my NFT to potentially burn for a mashup NFT or sell the slime NFTs for traders who are going to go for a mashup. It's usually better to sell into strength and to buy during weakness, which means I'll sell momentum heading into the top, and I'll probably buy into the weakness once the hype dies down for this Nickelodeon NFT. Because of the low supply on both, 500 mashups, 5,000 slimes, I feel good about taking this risk. And on top of this risk is all profit. So this is one of the reasons why I always try to make back my initial. So it's easier for me to take these risks on these types of trades because the upside is higher, but even in worst case scenario, I can still come out profitable. I'd rather sell again too early than too late. And I could be completely off about the demand for the mashup NFTs, but there's already 1.5 million traded on the Nickelodeon marketplace and 1,500 ETH traded in OpenSea, which is about 1.3 million. So there is a demand and people wanting to trade this. And for the Recur pass, this is not going to be the only Nickelodeon NFT dropped by Recur. Recur passes went up, and there is going to be a Care Bear NFT drop happening on August 4th. While the hype and the social engagement is not as big as this Nickelodeon drop, I'm going to be monitoring, and this is on my list of projects to be watching out for. Since I'm already a pass holder, I'll most likely mint for the same reasons. $50 is a low cost for purchasing in NFTs, and the upside could potentially be higher depending on if early access sells out. So I'll be monitoring that and then making my decision based on that. For those considering buying a Recur pass, the hype is high. So the pass is still, in my opinion, inflated. Within our overall macro financial market, crypto bear market, things are uncertain and any negative news could potentially bring prices back down. So keep that in mind. You can always bypass the pass and try your luck during public on August 4th. I'm going to leave a link to the Care Bears website below where you can get email updates and then just monitor that when they release the specific time. I hope this helps give some insights to future Recur drops and to just be monitoring Recur because this was one of the best drops within the bear market where I was comfortable taking this risk because the cost was low and the returns, as you saw, was great. So let me know in the comments what NFT collections or blockchain gaming projects you want me to review for your future video. And as always, take care, talk soon, and I'll see you in the next video.